The Premier League EA Sports FC Player of the Season is out. It is the fans that will vote for this one. Yeah. So, and we have the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Gabriel, Gibbs White, Erling Haaland, David Raya, Declan Rice, Semenyo, and Igor Thiago. For me, if you win the Premier League, you deserve to win the Player of the Season, because to win the Premier League over 38 games is not easy. A lot of Manchester United fans are pushing Bruno Fernandes forward. You cannot just tell me because he's having 19 assists and he pushed you towards top four, I deserve Player of the Season. No doubt about the Bruno Fernandes qualities on the ball and his ball striking, his assist and goals. No doubt about that. But when you win the Premier League, to win the Premier League is very difficult. The Premier League is the most difficult league in the world. So if you win the Premier League, the best player should come from the team that win the Premier League. And that's between Arsenal and Manchester City. So we are looking at the likes of Erling Haaland, Declan Rice, Raya, and Semenyo. So whichever wins the Premier League out of those two teams should produce the best player of the season, not someone that just rack up 19 assists or break the or equal the all-time assists of Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne. That does not make it that okay deserve to win the player of the season. So the player of the season should come from the team that win the Premier League, because Premier League itself is extremely difficult to win. So that's it for the EA Sport Player of the Season. Why? The EA Sports Barclays Footy Manager of the Season. We have the likes of Keith Andrews, Mikel Arteta, Michael Carrick, Pep Guardiola, Andoni Raiola, Regis Breeze of Sunderland. Keith Andrews, he deserves to be on this list. This is the first season in charge of Brentford. Formerly was a set-piece coach of Brentford. Now he's a full-time coach and he has done tremendously well for Brentford, taking them to the top 10 in the table. And Mikel Arteta, for the wonderful season Arsenal is having, is in the Champions League final, still fighting for the Premier League itself. Initially, at the point, Arsenal was in 4 competitions. So, he has broken the all-time wins in Arsenal history. So if Arsenal should go on and win the Premier League, it deserves to win the coach of the season. So we have Michael Carrick in there. Michael Carrick has done tremendously well for Manchester United, coming in half of the season and taking a mediocrity Manchester United that was wallowing in 6th or 7th place before he came in, and now he has taken them to 3rd on the table, racking up points upon points upon point, beating the likes of Mikel Arteta and Pep Guardiola. So he deserves to be on this list as well. Then we have Andoni Raiola. If we are not using winning the Premier League as in a metrics to win the coach of the season, if you're looking at development of players and working with young players and working with new players that was recruited into the team, I think Andoni Raiola deserves to win the coach of the season. Last season, Bournemouth lost about 5 to 6 players and they brought in new players to replace them. And with what Raiola has achieved this season, he deserves to be on this list. He brought in the likes of Ryan and he's doing well, Kopi, and they have been able to integrate into Bournemouth's attack, and they're on the verge of making the Champions League. So for me, with low budgets and new players that are new to the Premier League and they were able to integrate into the system faster,